everyone, it's Christina from the DIYmommy.com, and today I want you to come along with me as I share with you a day in the life of a DIY YouTube mom of 3. I think that sometimes, especially in this age of social media, it is easy to look at someone on Instagram, to look at someone on YouTube and think that their house always looks perfect, that they always look styled and put together. And I think it's really important to make sure that people know, and I need to remember this for myself when I look at other people's Instagram highlight reels. Real life is messy. There's so much power in knowing that we as moms are not alone. Things can be chaotic, the juggle is real. I've been wanting to share this video for a really long time, and I want to thank Kleenex brand for sponsoring this video. They were the perfect brand to partner with this video because life is not always clean. And Kleenex brand helps me clean throughout our messy day, whether we're at home or on the go. Let's go. So we don't really have a typical day. For me and my family, what works is just to kind of go with the flow of whatever we have happening that day. My husband is also self-employed, so we really have to juggle day by day. I just kind of wanted to give you this honest glimpse of a day in my life. So my alarm rings at 6:30 in the morning on a school day. Disclaimer, I am not a morning person. So I know there's so much information out there telling you should do what you need to do in the morning if you want to have a successful business. For me, I just haven't found that to be the case. My brain is just super fuzzy in the morning. So you'll see that I do a lot of my work at night. I wake up in the morning, I get my kids up, I get them ready for school. So I help them get their breakfasts ready. We also try to get their lunches ready the night before, or I do sign up for hot lunch at school, which is such a blessing. I love that. So once the girls are fed and they're ready, then I send them out the door and they catch the bus to school. Now, the time from when my girls get on the bus to when I take my littlest to play school is the time that I can shower, that I can do kind of those things I need to do before I take her to play school. She can play a little bit on her own. This is also the time that I grab a coffee and I check my Instagram, do any replies, do some emails from my phone and things like that. And you will see that coffee is a very vital part of my day. I'm a coffee fanatic. I love it. Then I help my littlest one get ready for play school, and I'm driving her to play school around 8:30 in the morning. So as a work-at-home mom, as someone who has quite a few meetings and jobs in the city, we spend a lot of time in our van. I love my van. One thing that I always have in my van is a pack of Kleenex brand Gentle Clean wipes, the big one, because there is most days where my kids are going to be snacking in the car, we're going to be drinking in the car, we have sticky hands and things, so I like just having those like right in the dash of my van so I can hand them back to my kids and they can wipe their faces and hands. It's easy. After I drop my daughter off at play school, it is go time, so it really depends on whether she has childcare after play school or whether I'm picking her up as to what I do. So for this day, I'm actually going into the city and I'm bringing my toolkit and I'm going to be doing some work at a show home in the city for my YouTube channel here and for the blog. So let me show you some of the things that I pack in my toolkit, and these are pretty much the things that I have in there all the time. I have some safety glasses. I also have a sanding sponge for little touch-ups. I have this handy little hand saw, as well as a screwdriver with interchangeable tops, some Kleenex wet wipes. They're a thick and soft wipe with no harsh chemicals that's perfect for me and my kids' sensitive skin. I have a tape measure. I have a knife. I also carry some needle nose pliers. They are so handy, as well as some drywall anchors and some screws, and a pencil and a hammer, of course, along with a little level and some gloves and some tin cutters. And I also have a drill and a saw in another bag. So with my toolkit packed and ready in my van, all of my supplies, I go ahead and I drive into the city. I usually pack my own lunch for this because I don't have time to, go out and eat. I love to have the Kleenex brand Gentle Clean wipes in my toolkit because when I'm somewhere like a show home, there is no access to a sink. I can't access the sink at all, the washroom. So I need to have a way to clean my hands. They're always dirty when I'm DIYing. So whether they have paint on them, whether they have drywall dust or sawdust or any of that stuff, I need to be able to wipe my hands. Also before I eat, that's also handy as well. So definitely something to have in your toolkit if you're doing offsite DIYs. So after I do my work, whether it is offsite in the city, whether it's at home or in my studio that we have on our property, the kids come home at around 3. So I'll either pick up my daughter earlier or my mom sometimes watches her and brings her home, my littlest, and then everybody's home at 3. That's when we have snacks as a family together, and that's also when we can do some family chores as well. and the kids can do homework and then they can play. I don't know about you guys, but I find the time between when the kids come home from school till supper time, actually till bedtime, is a little bit wild and crazy because the kids can be tired from school. They can have lots of homework to do. My husband and I might still have some work that we need to wrap up and things. However, we do always try to sit down at the table together as a family. I don't think there's really ever a day that we don't do that. And I really, really value and I cherish that time. Even if it's just a really simple dinner, even if I was so busy that day that all the time I had was to put together like fish and chips in the oven from frozen, that act of sitting down for 20 minutes is just so precious. So I'll make a meal, whether it's, you know, something that I've meal planned for that week if I'm, you know, on the go that week. Sometimes I'm organized, sometimes I'm not. If I'm not, I like to have just like some easy meals ready to go in the fridge, like fish and chips, like pizza or whatever. And then after supper, the kids and my husband and I, we do the dishwasher. We load and unload the dishwasher and do any of the kitchen tidying together. After everything is done, I've been so loving how now it is beautiful outside after supper. It's light outside, so we can actually go outside and play. So we'll go outside, send the kids outside to play. I'll catch up on any emails or whatever that I need to do if I have to, or play with the kids, whatever we have time for. Get some fresh air. And then after that, it's bedtime. I tuck my kids in relatively early, so 7:30, 8, depending on their age. I like to make sure that they're brushed their teeth properly, get in their PJs. We like to read a story before bed if we can. We've been loving the Narnia books, and then me or my husband will tuck them in, so we'll sing them a song and pray with them, and then they're in bed. And then now it is go time for me. This is when my kids are in bed. They are quiet and taken care of, and this is a time where I usually sit at my computer and do my computer work, so my video editing, replying to emails, etc. My husband also has his office work that he does for his construction business down in his shop, so we kind of have like our separate office times for a couple hours. I do get lots done during this time. Then if I do have time after this, I have recently taken up yoga. I really, really like it. I am kind of like an anxious and stressful person, and I find that this really helps me relax before bed. Then after that, I do some more self-care things like just washing my face, maybe doing a face mask, something like that. And then my husband just relax and enjoy watching TV together at the end of the night. And that's it. I usually go to bed, you know, maybe around 11 p.m. or so. If I do have time, I like to prepare the lunches and stuff in advance for the next day, and, you know, do any packing of my tool bag and things like that. I hope you guys enjoyed a peek into what a sort of typical day looks like for my family. Again, not really every day is the same. We kind of juggle and struggle depending on what sorts of childcare, what's happening that day. I want to thank Kleenex brand again for sponsoring this video. Check out the link in the description box below if you want to check out the Kleenex brand wet wipes for yourself. If you are also a mom, whether you're working or not, it is a tough job. I want to know in the comments below what your biggest struggle is. What do you find hardest to juggle? Is it, you know, working at home, being with your kids? Is it trying to maintain like a self-care habit and, you know, dealing with your kids? I struggle with all of these, you know, all the time. Every day I'm learning how to attempt to balance things a little better, but it really depends on the day, and it really depends on, you know, what stage we're at with our kids. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more DIY decor and lifestyle ideas, and I'll see you guys all again in the next video. Bye.